everybody, and welcome to episode number 7 of the Travel Like a Legend podcast, brought to you by the JBL Travel Group, your one-stop source for the best prices and promotions available on cruises, all-inclusive resorts, and escorted tours. To find out more, go to our website at www.jbltravelgroup.net. Hi, I'm your host, Joe Leo, and today I want to talk to you about travel insurance. So, let me first start saying that travel insurance is a vital aspect of any well-planned vacation. Whether you're taking a cruise or going on an all-inclusive resort or even going on an escorted tour. As a travel agent, I always recommend travel insurance to my clients because I truly believe it's in their best interest to ensure the investment that they're making in their vacation. I always take time to explain why it's important and the different types of coverage that are available so that they understand the importance of insuring their trip and how to choose the right travel insurance for their vacation. Let me just say up front that I'm not a licensed insurance agent, and most states do require a license to sell insurance. So I do not sell insurance, but I am affiliated with several travel insurance companies that I work with as a service to my clients, and the insurance is purchased directly from these companies and not from me as your agent or any agent that you might be working with. Now, travel insurance policies are all different with varying amounts of coverage, so it's always good to compare the different plans so that you get the policy that's perfect for the trip you're planning. Some people just want insurance for cancellation, other people want a more expanded policy that covers all kinds of things. So let me talk about like the top 5 or 6 things that you should consider. First of all, the number one thing is it covers unforeseen circumstances that might occur. Like if you have to cancel a trip because of sickness, not just you, but your traveling partner, your kids, your parents, or somebody in your group that's traveling with you. It could also be for an accident that might happen prior to your trip that would prohibit you from going, or a death in the family, or what if you lost your job, or if there was a hurricane that was about to hit a destination where you were going, or another pandemic breakout occurs, or civil unrest breaks out at your destination, like what's going on in Israel right now. And there's so many other reasons, but it's just for unforeseen circumstances if you need to cancel your trip. Number 2, it can also cover you for trip interruption. So let's say you are at a destination and there was a hurricane and you needed to evacuate the island. You would be covered for the portion of your trip that you were not able to complete. Also, trip delays. What if the planes were canceled or the planes were delayed? Number 3, medical insurance, and this is always my biggest sticking point because if you're traveling on a cruise or you're going out of the country, it's important for you to know that your health insurance plan here in the United States does not cover you if you should get sick or have to be treated by a doctor or even be hospitalized. Number 4, coverage for your luggage and personal belongings. Now, most people, carry a lot of valuable items with them, jewelry and things like that. And travel insurance can provide coverage in case your luggage is lost, stolen, or damaged during the trip. And this type of coverage can be a financial lifesaver if something like this were to happen. Number 5, most of the insurance companies offer what's called a 24-hour concierge or assistance service. And most of the policies offer that 24/7. This is really invaluable, especially when you're unfamiliar with the destination that you're in, or whether you need help with language barriers or finding local medical facilities or arranging for emergency transportation. So these services could be a lifeline to very stressful situations while you're traveling. And number 6, which I explain to my clients all the time, is it's just about having peace of mind, knowing that you have travel insurance is going to provide you with peace of mind so you can actually focus on enjoying your trip rather than worrying about those what ifs. Now, I've had several clients who have taken my advice when we were planning their trip, and they were glad that they did. I had a honeymoon couple that was away in Aruba, and the husband was playing volleyball with a bunch of other guys, and he spiked the ball and he face planted onto the sand, and his right side was bothering him, and they needed to go for X-rays, and they found out that he had a broken rib, and that was covered by his insurance. Another friend of mine that was traveling to Jamaica with his wife and two other couples, and then one night he just was having a problem breathing and wound up having to go to the hospital. He was having a really bad case of congestive heart failure. That bill was over $35,000, and the insurance helped reimburse that. Another client, one more, I'm going to tell you about one more. Two doctors that I've done a lot of work for, and they booked a trip to Italy and Greece. And I was talking to them about the travel insurance, and they said, no, we're young and we're healthy and all that stuff. And that's a lot of times what I hear an excuse. So young and healthy, we don't need it. But they're not thinking about those what ifs. Well, this couple did take it after much conversation back and forth, and as luck would have it, 2 days prior to them leaving on their trip, the wife fell in the parking lot of the hospital where she was working and broke her arm in 3 places and needed to have surgery right away, and they were supposed to leave in 2 days. So he called me, said, Joe, we have a problem. I said, no problem, I'll take care of it. We filed the cancellation. I sent them the information on where to file the claim, and they got all their money back. And then 6 months later, we rescheduled their trip. So you never know what the circumstance is going to be. That's why we call them unforeseen circumstances. Now, some of the tour operators that I work with when I'm planning vacations for my clients offer insurance that lets you cancel your trip for any reason. One of their plans gives you a future travel credit, while the other plan gives you a full cash refund. The difference in the two is it's a lot of money. So let me talk about it. So the one that gives you a future travel credit, let's say, for instance, it's a $5,000 trip. For 2 people, that insurance is going to be about $295. Now, don't mark my word on that, because it's basically based upon your age and the cost of the trip. But that's just a roundabout number. It's about $295. While the policy that would give you a full cash refund for canceling for any reason on that same trip will cost about $595. So it's a $300 difference. So depending on your situation, you can save a few $100s by taking the policy that gives you the future travel credit, but only if you know that you're going to be able to reschedule that trip within a year from the date of cancellation. So you want to weigh your options there. Then there's travel insurance that's offered by the cruise lines, which is pretty comprehensive, and other insurance companies like Allianz and AIG and General Global Assistance, and there's a ton of companies out there. You can Google search them. They protect you from all the things we just talked about: the unforeseen circumstances, the sicknesses, the deaths in the family, etc., plus the medical expenses, the trip interruption, and all of that. So it's good to talk to a travel agent and also do some research on your own on different companies that are out there, so you can make an educated decision. And like I said, what you're doing is you are protecting your investment. If you're planning a trip that's $10,000, $12,000 that you could run the risk of losing, it'd be worth buying a policy for $500 or $600 to invest to protect that investment. One thing you need to remember is that travel insurance needs to be purchased within 7 days of your initial deposit, or you're going to be limited to the number of policies that you can get, and in most cases, pre-existing conditions are not covered after that initial 7-day period. So if you already had a history of congestive heart failure, you definitely want to get that policy within that 7-day period, so that if, God forbid, something does happen, you do have a bout with congestive heart failure, it's covered because it was a pre-existing condition and covered under that plan. And sometimes plans, change due to unforeseen events. So again, whether it's family emergencies, illnesses, natural disasters, trip cancellations, and interruptions can be very costly. So while travel insurance can reimburse you for those non-refundable expenses, allowing you to reschedule your vacation without a significant loss. So it's definitely something that you want to talk about. I hope this information helped you understand why travel insurance is such a vital part of planning a vacation and why having the right coverage in place can make all the difference in ensuring a stress-free and enjoyable vacation. Your travel agent, whoever you're working with, should always recommend travel insurance to you, and if they don't, make sure you mention it to them. If you have any questions about travel insurance, or if you have any questions about any type of travel, please give me a call at 732-831-5200 or send me an email to the jbltravelgroup@gmail.com. I want to thank you once again for tuning into episode number 7 of the Travel Like a Legend podcast. Have a great day and stay tuned for episode number 8, which will be out sometime next week.